This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yes, Paul.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So SAP Extended Warehouse Management. So the first and the one of the most important question what may come to anybody's mind is what is SAP Extended Warehouse Management? Yes. So I can explain you what exactly this SAP Extended Warehouse Management is in a very simple words. So an SAP Extended Warehouse Management is a warehouse management system designed by a company known as SAP. It's one of the company who does the business in designing and the ERP solutions, and it delivers those or it sells those ERP solutions to its customers. So it is a warehouse management solution designed and developed by SAP. Okay, for the purpose of digitalizing and optimizing the processes in a warehouse. Okay, for digitalizing and optimizing the processes which any business will going to perform in their warehouse. Okay, this is the basic definition, or you can frame a definition like this. So what we understood from this definition, it is a warehouse management system. That means it is a kind of ERP system which is intended to manage the warehouse activities. Okay, it is intended to manage the warehouse activities. Now, what could be the warehouse activities an enterprise will going to be performing in their warehouse? Okay, that is another question what will be coming to our mind. But before that, we try to figure it out what kind of activities any warehouse will going to perform. First of all, we need to understand what is warehouse. Okay. First of all, we need to understand what is a warehouse. Anyone would like to define what is a warehouse? Anybody?
Where the raw material is stored.
Okay, raw materials
Sorry,
is stored. Yeah.
finished goods. Finished goods, right?
Finished goods store.
So, so only finished goods. If I want to store raw materials or any
Yeah.
other type of material, can't I store there?
Yes.
We can store.
Any kind of material where we can store it at the warehouse. Any kind of material.
Yes. Right. Any kind of material. So a warehouse is a location where a business or any enterprise will store their goods. Okay, a warehouse is a location where any business or an enterprise will go to store their goods in an organized way. In an organized way. This will complete the definition. Storing the goods, anywhere I can store the goods, but wherever I'm going to store the goods in an organized way, that I can refer to as a warehouse. Has anyone visited any warehouse in their so far? So far, anybody visited any warehouse? or do you know how a warehouse look like?
Not a big warehouse, but I can say IKEA. That's also a warehouse where they
Very good,
store the
very
material.
good, very good, very good. So wherever we find the goods stored in an organized way, that I can call as a warehouse. Even in your home, you will be having some storerooms, yes, where you will going to store your grocery items, yeah, your food grains. You will going to store some vegetables. You may store that also. I can refer to as a warehouse. Okay, coming out of the home, let's say one of my friend told that IKEA, very good example for that. IKEA, DMart, you have Big Bazaar, you have Reliance, Reliance Digital, you have Reliance Trends, you have, yes, Geo Mart you have. Okay, so what you will going to find there? There you will going to find there are various categories or varieties of goods you will going to find. For example, if I take an example of let's say DMart. Okay, I think everybody visited the DMart. Okay, so if you enter a DMart, you will going to see varieties of types of goods has been stored in an organized way at a particular location. Yes, for example, all the perishable items, they will be stored in some big refrigerators, okay, or in some cold storage areas they will going to store. There can be some other types of products, let's say your detergents, your soaps, your shampoos, you will be there. That will be stored in some kind of rack type of storage, or in some type of shelves. Some biscuit packets will be there, some snacks items will be there, but that is again stored in the racks. Okay, and there will be food grains. What you will going to find, food grains will be stored in big containers, from where we usually pour the food grains into our packing covers. Okay, so that is another way of storing the goods in an organized way. Okay, lot of examples you can correlate. So basically, if anybody who haven't seen how a warehouse look like, okay, so any industrial warehouse, let me say, let me zoom it out. Is this resolution clear to everybody? Everybody able to see this picture, or should I enlarge it a bit more?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So if you see the cut section view of this warehouse, okay, so this is how a simple warehouse will going to be looking like. Okay, see here what a warehouse will going to contain. It will going in this layout of a warehouse. You will going to find some doors. Okay, warehouse will going to have some doors. Doors are the doors is basically is a place in the warehouse from where the entry and exit of the goods will going to happen. Okay, so whenever we will going to procure any kind of goods, and if we want to do the storage of the goods, so how the goods will going to come? See, basically, if you had seen in the DMart, maybe there you will be finding as entrance for the customer. But if you have ever observed in a DMart store, in the side of that DMart store, there is a provision like these doors, where the trucks will going to come, and from there the goods will be unloaded, and it will going to be stored in some dedicated area in the DMart. Okay, maybe I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen that thing, but I had seen in DMart. From now onwards, if nobody has seen it, just have a look. There is a provision to bring the truck and to park the truck in some door and to unload it. Similarly, the another purpose of the door is to move out of the goods out of the warehouse. Okay, see here. And let's say if the goods are coming, if the goods are coming in the warehouse, okay, so let's say these will be called as certain work centers. Okay, these will be called as certain work centers. Work center means, see here, some robotic type of things are there. Somebody is running, driving this forklift. Okay, so something is happening here in this one table, which I call as a work center. Some activity happens. Okay, some processing activity will going to happen, and once it is that processing is done, maybe the warehouse worker will going to store those products into this racks. Okay, into these racks they will going to store. Yes, and whenever you need to move the goods out of the warehouse, the same process will going to repeat in a opposite direction. That means the goods removal will going to happen from the racks. Then it will go maybe with the help of forklift, or maybe somewhere a worker can can perform it manually. Okay, and they can pack it in this warehouse table, and they can unload it here in this truck. Okay, in this truck. So, this is basic things what you will going to see in any warehouse. Okay, so warehouse is a location where any business will going to store their goods in an organized way. Is this clear so far? Is this clear? Uh, or anybody has any story?
Clear.
Okay, fine. Now, what is the need of having warehouse? Okay, what is the need of having warehouse? Why any enterprise is investing huge money in setting up of their warehouse? Okay, they are acquiring big piece of land and they are constructing some warehouse, or even if certain companies will going to hire or they will going to take some warehouse space, okay, in lease. Okay, so that involves a huge rental, that involves huge rent to be paid, or if you are procuring the warehouse, then also huge investment has to be made. So why any business is spending so much in setting up of the warehouse, or so what is the intention behind that? What is the need of having warehouse? Yes,
To have a good flow of business.
good flow of business. Very good. Yes, we can say good flow of business. How a good flow of the business can happen? Again, follow-up question may come to you.
Yes,
How?
I'm like, if that is organized, if we can organize that material, if raw material might be different, production, I mean, like semi-producted material might be different, and the finished goods might be different. But if we can place
Mhm.
all that separately, the logistic can take place easily, and where that would be easy for a company to
Yes,
organize that.
yes,
And
yes, yes. So I will summarize your answer in basically 2 points. Okay, any company or any enterprise will needs a warehouse. First of all, to maintain the inventory of goods. Okay, to maintain the inventory. Okay, so if until and unless you will maintain a sufficient inventory, as one of the participant told, okay, to have a good business, to maintain to have a good flow of business, good flow of business will happen only if you are maintaining a sufficient inventory, not more, not very less, an optimum inventory. Okay, so to maintain inventory, we need a warehouse. Okay, by maintaining the inventory, what will going to happen? After maintaining the inventory, to perform the fulfillment. Okay, first of all, to maintain the inventory, and by maintaining the inventory, we can carry out the fulfillment of the orders whatever we are receiving from our customers. Yes, See in this see this example only. Uh, See the example of DMart. Okay, they will be going to maintain the inventory of all types of goods. Okay, they will going to maintain the inventory of all types of goods. Okay, how may they will going every business will going to maintain the inventory for a certain period of time. Okay, let's say DMart is maintaining the inventory of 1 week only. Okay, that means they will, whatever inventory they will going to receive, that will going to be completed within a week. Okay, due to the keeping in mind the customer's demand. Okay, so the objective behind maintaining the 1 week of inventory is to maintain to perform the fulfillment of the customer orders. Okay, so these are the two purpose why we need any warehouse. Okay, now what are the operations? We understood what is the need of having a warehouse. We understood what is a warehouse. We also understood what is an extended warehouse management. Okay, uh, these aspects we had understood. So not only in SAP extended warehouse management, in any warehouse management system, okay, in any warehouse management system, what activities they will going to perform. Okay, so what processes are performed in any warehouse, or what processes are performed via any warehouse management system. First one is inbound process. Inbound process to maintain the inventory. Second one is outbound. Second one is your internal warehousing operations. Second one is your internal warehousing operations. What it is, I'll tell you by taking an example. And the third one is outbound process. Outbound process from any warehouse will going to happen for fulfillment. Okay, inbound process, outbound internal warehousing operations, and outbound process. In inbound process is to maintain the inventory. Internal warehousing operation is to perform some special actions on your inventory of the goods, whatever you are receiving, and also some special functions you want to perform while doing the order fulfillment. Okay, so so for those in internal warehousing operations are needed, and then it comes your outbound processes. Okay, so from this example only you can visualize. I just now gave a few minutes back only I gave certain examples as what are the activities we will basically perform in any warehouse. Okay, that is inward internal warehousing operations. Okay, and order fulfillment related operations. Yes. So from here only in internal warehousing of this one, yeah, inbound process means, let us say, second, in this inbound warehousing operations mean, let's say whenever you are going to receive the inventory of the product, okay, in order to store in your warehouse. So all the processes related to that, right from the receiving of that product and to the final put away of that product into the designated racks. Okay, so from starting from there to the final put away, then that covers under your inbound warehousing operations. Okay, Second one is your let's say some internal warehousing operations. So under internal warehousing operations, you have from various ERP solutions to ERP solution, you will going to see the different capabilities. So let me tell you what an internal warehousing operation will going to be carried out. Just as a using some example, I am going to tell you the EWM capabilities. Let's have a look. Let me draw some figure here. Okay, so this is a top view I'm showing you for this warehouse. Okay, let's say this is the red color and circled one, that is a warehouse door. So let's take this example. So here, let's say this is the destination area where I need to send this carton box for inventorizing. Okay, this one. Okay, this is some destination storage areas where I want to inventorize my product, and also I want to consume that inventorized product for the order fulfillment. So let's say I have two designated areas for inventorizing of the goods. So let us say in this truck, the truck what has been parked near this door. Okay, so this truck came and one of the warehouse worker has unloaded this carton box. Okay, so in this carton box, let me give you one scenario which will be helpful for me and to explain you what are the process capabilities. So in this carton box, vendor has from the vendor I had procured uh, some Pepsi bottles, and I had also procured some Sprite bottles. Okay, some Pepsi bottles I had procured, and I had procured some Sprite bottles. Sprite bottles I'm highlighting in the green color, and Pepsi bottles I'm highlighting in the blue color. Okay, so when I ordered this two different types of beverages, so I know that is to be inventorized in different areas, but that thing vendor does not know. So vendors sent these two things by packing in the same carton box. Okay, vendor sent these two items by packing in a same carton box. Okay, let me show you that. Let's say this enclosed this one thing what I'm showing, that is a carton box. Just assume it. So in this carton box, I got the mixed packing of the Pepsi bottles and Sprite bottles. So, but in my warehouse, the way of inventorizing is totally different. Okay, even though vendor knowingly or unknowingly he sent the thing, but my warehouse has some different practice of inventorizing. What they need is they want to place all the Sprite bottles, okay, here in this green color area, and they want to place all the Pepsi bottles into this blue color area. Okay, they want to store all the Pepsi bottles in this blue color area and the Sprite bottles in the green color area. But though I'm using, but though my enterprise is going to perform all its warehousing operations via SAP Extended Warehouse Management, so I want the system to be capable in such a way that it should allow the business to separate these things. Okay, it should allow the business to separate out these two things from the carton box. Okay, and it should also allow the business to repack it again. It should allow the system to repack it again. And I want to do some automation, or I want, or my business want the things to happen in a very smart way, without with a minimal or without no involvement of the warehouse workers. Okay, so let me tell you how. What is the smart things this SAP EWM solution can perform for you or for any business? So here in this figure, this one in this 3D figure, what you are seeing here, you are seeing some black color things that I called as work centers. Okay, so in that work center, what I want to do, once that mixed packaged goods has came, so I want to separate out those things first of all here. Okay, I want to separate those things first of all. That means in this work center, yeah, in this work center, what is my expectations when I am operating a big warehouse? What is my expectations? So through this SAP Extended Warehouse Management, I want to separate the Pepsi bottle from this carton box. I want the system to separate this Sprite bottle from the carton box. And thereafter, I want to repack the Pepsi bottle in one dedicated carton box, and I want to repack the Sprite bottles into another dedicated carton box. This is one of the requirement. Okay, so that requirement is feasible through my SAP Extended Warehouse Management. Now, what is our additional things I need? I need some preservative actions. Okay, I want to perform certain preservative actions. What type of preservative actions I want to perform? Even let's say I packed these Sprite bottles and carton box, Sprite bottles and Pepsi bottles in two different carton boxes. But my worry is this carton box will going to be perished. Okay, it can be damaged or it can be teared out due to improper handling. That could happen, right? If you are procuring some water bottles, okay, in a packed carton box, there is a worry that it can get teared off. Yes or no? So the same worry, let's say any business can also have. So I want to do some preservation action for this. What is the preservation action I want to do? I want to wrap this carton box in which I had packed this one, in which I had packed this Sprite bottles and carton box Pepsi bottles. I want to preserve it by packing with the shrink wrap. Is everyone aware of this shrink wrap and bubble wrap?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, so
Yes.
that is used for preservative action of your preserving your carton box packing. Okay, so I want to perform some value add services. Okay, by wrapping a shrink wrap or bubble wrap across it. Okay, let's see. This is how the dotted line is representing the bubble wrap or shrink wrap. That will going to preserve my carton box from getting damaged. Okay, so that I want the system to determine this automatically. Okay, and it should perform those tasks automatically, or it should redirect the warehouse worker to perform that task. Without that, it should not allow the that Sprite bottles to be placed into their designated storage areas. Okay, so that will going to happen in another work center what I have. Yes, that is my another business requirement. So that smart move also I can incorporate or I can design as per the business requirement in my SAP Extended Warehouse Management. Okay, so this is another kind of work center activity. Now at last, what is my final requirement? Without involving any user, system should first of all see what type of material, what material you are receiving. Okay, and depending on that type of material, system should redirect the warehouse worker, or system should guide the warehouse worker what is the correct place of storing that or correct place of inventorizing those products in your warehouse. So my business requirement is, further I will going to add one more requirement. My business requirement is, whenever the Sprite bottles I am going to receive, so those Sprite bottles should be inventorized into this green color area. Okay, whenever I am going to receive these Sprite bottles, that Sprite bottle system should guide the warehouse worker that it should be placed into this green color area. Okay, if the warehouse worker by mistakenly is going to place in the blue color area the Sprite bottles, system should stop that or system should not allow that warehouse worker to move it ahead. Okay, that much complex scenarios I can map over here. Similarly, if I'm going to receive the Pepsi bottles, so these Pepsi bottles should be inventorized into this blue color area only. Is a business requirement clear? Is this requirement clear? Whatever I was telling you, right, starting from this receipt of the product from the door and to the final put away into the designated storage areas. Is this process flow clear? Certain typical requirements are going to come from the business for designing their warehouse. Any doubts so far? Hello. Okay, so I will take it as yes. Uh, okay then. So in this example, you guys will come to know what is the meaning of inbound and internal warehousing operations. So inbound means when I'm going to receive any kind of product or handling unit inside my warehouse, that is inbound. Okay. Internal warehousing operations means, let us say, within a warehouse, if I'm moving my product from one work center to another work center, or from one storage area or from one point to another point, if I'm moving my product or handling unit, so that will be going to be considered as an internal warehousing operations. Okay. Now I stored these Pepsi bottles and I stored these Sprite bottles into my designated racks where it is to be stored. Okay, let's assume that this is stored here and this Sprite bottles has been stored over here. Now comes your outbound scenario. Outbound scenario means removing the products out of your inventory for your customer order fulfillment. Okay, removing the products out of the inventory for the customer order fulfillment, that is known as outbound process. So in the outbound process also, varieties of complex processes we can design through this SAP Extended Warehouse Management. Okay, now what could be the example? let us say my customer needs this Sprite bottles and Pepsi bottles. Okay, my customer needs to have the Sprite bottles and Pepsi bottles. So what is my business requirement? Let us say this Sprite bottles and Pepsi bottles were packed into this carton box. This Sprite bottles was packed into this carton box, and these Pepsi bottles are packed in this carton box, in this rack, or in this area of storage. Now there should be system should guide the warehouse worker that these two carton boxes, or let's say there are multiple number of carton boxes will be there. Okay, so the system should guide the user how to palletize it. Okay, how to palletize it. Palletizing means they will go, a system will going to group these carton boxes into one pallet. How that pallet will going to be looking like this. This is known as pallet packing. I want these carton boxes to be grouped, and or my business wants this four carton boxes to be grouped and to be put onto this pallet, and certain special packing I want to do. So all these things I can design. So warehouse worker has nothing to do with this. System will going to guide the warehouse worker. That's it. And hence at last I can transport this pallet on. I can load this pallet onto the truck, and the truck will going to be dispatched. That is an outbound scenario, simple outbound scenario what I can design over here. Okay, any questions so far in the understanding of inbound, internal warehousing operations, and outbound process? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay, anyone has any kind of questions? Okay. Now, apart from this traditional process flow, what any warehouse, in any warehouse management you will going to find out, what other special capabilities with this SAP extended warehouse management solution offers to any business. Okay. In addition to these three things, okay, or we can say some add to test kind of thing, I can say this SAP extended warehouse management ERP solution offers in these three warehouse management process. What are those? Those are related to the process optimization. Process optimization. How these processes can be optimized. Okay, how these processes can be optimized. Okay, process optimization and resource utilization. Okay, some kind of headings I can do over here. So these are some add to test kind of things in any warehouse management system, which can be achieved through SAP extended warehouse management, process optimization and resource utilization. Now, first of all, I will try to explain what is resource utilization. Resource utilization means how you are going to utilize the resources which are there in a warehouse, okay, in order to eliminate any kind of idle timings, okay, or in order to eliminate any kind of wastages in the efforts of the resources. So resource utilization means, let us say there can be different types of resources. Let us say this is one kind of resource, this is another kind of resource. So these two things, assume these are resources of my warehouse. One is the warehouse worker, and another one is some machinery, like let's say this is a forklift. Has anyone seen this thing? Has anyone seen this equipment? This one? Maybe you might have seen in railway stations or in airports. You might have seen if you are traveling to some place.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we call it as forklift.
Forklift.
Yes. So now in these are the resources of my warehouse. Let's say this is a warehouse worker and this is a forklift. Two examples I'm taking, right? So how I'm going to utilize these resources? How I'm going to utilize these resources? And again, that is to be communicated by the system only, or that has to be decided by the system only, as what type of packaged goods has to be handled by what type of resource. Okay, now let us say this is a big pallet what I am receiving from the vendor. Can this pallet be handled by this warehouse worker? Can a warehouse worker handle this pallet? Is it possible? If in my warehouse process, either it is an inbound or outbound, okay, whatever is the case, if I'm not if I'm not able to determine which resource is to be taking care of what type of goods, okay, so my warehouse process will going to get stuck. Okay, so I'm designing the system in such a way that it will going to take care of what type of resource should be coming into the picture, depending on varieties of packaged goods. So tell me, can this warehouse worker able to handle this, able to lift this pallet? Okay, one answer Shiva is from Shiva. It is no. Anyone else?
No, that's not possible.
That is not possible. Why? Because due to weight constraints, due to volume constraints. Yes. Now another question: can this warehouse worker, if I ask this warehouse worker to handle these carton boxes, is it possible for him? Let's say these are small carton boxes.
Yes, that's possible.
Yes, it is possible. It is possible. So so this SAP Extended Warehouse Management System is that much smart that depending on what type of packaging goods you are receiving or you are going to send it out of your warehouse for the fulfillment, this SAP Warehouse Management can decide smartly which resource has to come into picture, okay, which resource should handle what type of handling unit. So I can design the system in such a way that every time whenever I'm going to handle with the carton boxes, the warehouse worker should come into picture, and anytime when I'm going to handle this when there is a need of handling this pallet boxes, my warehouse, my EWM solution should determine, okay, or should deploy this forklift for performing or carrying out this task. Okay, it will going to this EWM solution will going to allocate this forklift for performing this task, right? So this is how we will going to manage the resources, right? Now, what about what is the meaning of optimization of the processes or process optimization? What do you mean by process optimization? Let us see. I'll remove these things. Let us say these are my racks. Two racks are there. So let's say this carton box is somewhat placed here. One carton box is placed here. Another carton box is placed here. Okay. Or let's say here. And this one is placed here in this rack. So I want to do the replenishment of the customer order. So for that, I had allocated some workload to this warehouse worker. I had allocated some task to this warehouse worker that you need to fulfill the customer order. So system will going to guide him that okay, the carton boxes are placed in these racks. So how many possibilities are there? This warehouse worker can maybe can go first of all here, maybe then can go first of all here. Okay, some random movement he can do. Yes, from here he can go. Then from here he can go. Let's say here. Okay, then he can go here, and then maybe he can go. Then at last he can come here. Lot of movements is happening, right, for the warehouse worker. From first of all he came to this carton box. Okay, then he straight away came to this carton box, then he came to this carton box, and then he came to this carton box. Lot of efforts this warehouse worker is putting to uh, to remove the carton boxes from the carton box. Lot of efforts means lot of distance he is traveling. So by traveling lot of distance means one warehouse worker is taking a lot of time in order to accomplish a task as compared to the standard process time what is to be taken care. So again I have in the process optimization, I have something some functionality is being offered by SAP Extended Warehouse Management that is known as labor management. In labor management, what I will going to do, or how this process will going to be optimized. Process optimization means how the task completion time I can achieve. So system will going to determine, okay, how the in which path this warehouse worker should move. In which path this warehouse worker should move. Let's say it will going to ask him to first of all move from here to here, and when he is moving from here to here, it will ask the warehouse worker, take this, pick this carton box, pick this carton box, and then he will straight away come to the next storage area. He will going to pick this the third carton box, fourth carton box, and he will return. Okay, everything is happening in a streamlined way. Okay, system is guiding the warehouse worker first of all where exactly the carton box is placed and in what path he has to move. That is what something known as labor management functionality uh, is offered by your SAP Extended Warehouse Management. Okay. And the last but not the least, that is some hands-free operations your SAP Extended Warehouse Management offers. That is mobile data entry. Mobile data entry means some order fulfillment will going to happen through your RFID functionalities, radio frequency functionalities. Anybody is aware about this radio frequency functionalities or RFID functionalities? Or anybody seen in real time? Anyone? I will say all of us have seen that thing. Yes, no.
might be Amazon वो courier की వస్తుంటాయి కదా, might be that
Yes, yes.
RFID.
Not, yeah, that can also be one example. Again, go to the DMart. Okay, again, go to the DMart. Let's say you are the customer. You pick some products from the racks. Okay, and when you will going to come to the cash counter, what that cash counter guy will going to do? First of all, he will going to scan your products, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Why is scanning that? Because by scanning he is confirming, okay, this order is being fulfilled to so and so customer. Yes, that is a hands-free operation. Is that cash counter guy is typing each and every detail of any product? No, he's not typing. What he's doing, he's scanning the information which is stored behind the barcode of each and every product. Yes, that is saving a lot of time of the DMart or any business. So that functionality can also be achieved via SAP Extended Warehouse Management, that is known as hands-free operations or some mobile device entry we call. Okay, so there are a lot of solution capabilities of SAP Extended Warehouse Management. So more or less whatever we can correlate to our day-to-day examples what we have seen. So I had told you in front of you. Yes. Now, last but not the least, in the market for this SAP Extended Warehouse Management solution, okay, we have some deployment options available for any customer who wants to have this SAP EWM solution implemented for their warehousing operations. So, what are the deployment options? Deployment options of SAP Extended Warehouse Management. So when I say deployment options, there are two deployment options which is available. One is SAP EWM as embedded solution in S4 HANA, and the second solution is SAP Extended Warehouse Management as standalone solution. Okay, SAP EWM as an embedded solution in S4 HANA and SAP EWM as a standalone solution. Okay, now most of the participants in the earlier batches has asked me, sir, then which one is better? Yes, because all of you guys are attending this training to get to make a start into this SAP career, right? So you will going to learn only those technologies which is demanding in the market and which will land you in some company. Okay, so which one is better or which one is quite demanding? So both are equal, both are having equal weightage. Okay, but nowadays, though we are having this S4 market as a very huge market, so whichever customers who are working on SAP ECC, okay, so they are migrating to S4 HANA, so they are in that S4 HANA only, they are opting for this SAP Extended Warehouse Management solution. So that is why this training is also designed into this SAP Extended Warehouse Management as an embedded solution in S4 HANA. Now I told you, okay, both are having equal weightage, but considering this market scenario or market requirement, we are delivering the training in this SAP EWM embedded solution in S4 HANA. Now, is there any differences in the solution capabilities in EWM as a standalone or EWM as an embedded one? So the answer is very few, okay, or negligible difference, I can say. Okay, there is a negligible difference. Negligible difference means a difference of hardly 1 to 2% of differences will be there. Differences will be there not in the solution capabilities. Okay, both standalone solution and embedded solution offer the same process capabilities. Okay, whatever this process optimization, resource utilization, inbound, outbound, internal warehousing operations, whatever I shown, everything you will going to find in embedded and standalone. Okay, but what is the difference? I was talking about 1 to 2% of differences you will going to find. That difference is nothing but regarding to the simplifications in the process. And where you will going to find the simplification in the processes or in the configuration means from the process design point of view, that has been simplified in SAP Extended Warehouse Management as embedded solution in S4 HANA. And what I'm going to offer you in this training is, anyhow, we will going to majorly focus on this SAP EWM as an embedded solution in S4 HANA. But in addition to this, what I'm going to offer you, wherever the situation arises, okay, wherever the situation arises where I need to highlight, okay, this was something was there in SAP EWM on standalone system, and this has been simplified or has been removed in S4 HANA. That knowledge, that information I was giving to the previous batches. Okay, so you need not to bother about it. And using those informations, if you are questioned in the interview, you can also and you will be also able to answer it. Yes. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to present today. I'll stop here and will be happy to take your questions if there are any. Yeah. Any questions?
Hi, from Kedar here.
Sorry,
Hello.
Kedar, can you please repeat? Yeah.
Uh, Pawan, I just have a doubt. So, as I'm non-IT guy, is there
Yeah.
some do we need any basics for SAP, or can we just right away go for SAP S4 HANA? I mean, like,
No, see, actually, not really necessary, because when I'm going to start, okay, so straight away I'm not going to jump directly into the talking about the solution. Some basic informations I'm going to give about what you should know, okay, before getting started into this SAP Extended Warehouse Management. So certain basic knowledge I'm going to provide you guys. Okay, so no need to worry on that.
and what would be the topics that you would cover in this EWM
Regarding
overall?
regarding to the topics, okay, just a minute. Let me see the syllabus content. Okay, just a minute. One second. Let me see where I have to store that syllabus content. Or maybe you can do one thing. You guys can drop your email ID in the chat box. Okay. So once the training is done, so I'll be sharing that course content to your email ID. Hope that would be fine.
Pawan sir,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you. I shared the content to your WhatsApp. Just open that, sir.
One second. One second. Okay. Let me open it. Okay. So yeah, is the screen visible to everyone? So here it will be the course content. So we will going to start with some basic overview of EWM solution. Okay. And in today's session, I had just gave you a one-liner answer regarding to the deployment option, but in much more detailed way, we will going to understand what are the deployment options from in the session one, what we are going to start, and the regular sessions will going to happen. Okay, where we will going to continue with this from this session two. Okay, you guys can have a look onto this. Okay, so we will be covering the org structure setups, and we will going to I will going to show you how the system integration will going to happen. Okay, so those aspects also being going to be covered. Then we will be seeing some EWM's some warehouse structure, how it will going to be looking like in the SAP extended warehouse management. What are the master datas will going to be comprised of? Okay. Then we will going to see the monitoring tools like warehouse monitors, and as I mentioned in today's demo, some hands-free operation in the form of mobile data entry, that is the RF framework. Although this RF framework, it is a purely technical one. Okay, but whatever things a functional guy should know, that we will going to cover over here. Okay, then we will be covering the goods receipt process. Goods receipt means your inbound process. Then we will be having the goods issue process, that is the outbound process for the fulfillment. And whatever the configurations, the backend configurations or the process designs which are associated with both inbound and outbound, that we will going to cover. And this process optimization or automation, we will going to see under storage control. Then in the internal warehousing operations, I mentioned that is covered under your posting changes, stock transfers, replenishments, and some scenarios of stock. This one, stock auditing will come into picture in the form of physical inventory. And then we will be having the cross topics, which is known as labor management, as I mentioned in this course curriculum during this demo as well. That is labor management we're going to take care. This is something advanced things what I am including here. We have another important topic that is known as the PPF actions. Again, this is used for automating the certain aspects of warehousing activities. And then value-added services, we have some cross-docking operations. These are the things which will going to come under your advanced warehousing operations. This is also included. So more or less 11 headings we will going to cover, and whatever the inside contents will be there, that we're going to cover in a detailed way along with some business examples. Yeah. Is this clear?
Sir.
Yeah. I think Kedar asked me. Kedar, is this clear to you?
Yes, Founder. Like the course content which you're presenting is good. Like my concern is like I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. I have an internal feeling saying that uh, as we don't have any practical personally me taking this. I don't have any practical knowledge on SAP. So whether this is going to be uh, entering into an IT field, that might be a good I mean like
Okay,
right
I got
path
your
or
question. Yeah, I got your question. See, Kedar, I also started my career into SAP consulting field without having any prior IT experience in the SAP. Okay, like you also, I was into the core field. Yeah, I was working in some in the field in the power plant. Okay, so there is a complete different contrast where I'm working now. Okay, so in any technology you go, okay, that will be completely new whenever you will going to be starting from the very first. Okay, and yeah, and if you are starting into this SAP EWM field, okay, which you are thinking this is an IT field, okay, so here also there are good career scopes. Okay, but all you need to do is you need to make your subject strong, and you need to do a rigorous practice on these things. So these two things will going to make you to land up in any kind of job in SAP Extended Warehouse Management solution. Yeah, that is what I can advise. I also didn't started my career since beginning. Okay, I also worked in some field. Okay, some power plant industry. I worked where no, I during that point of time I didn't even know what is the full form of SAP, or I didn't even know. Okay, there is something SAP which is existing in the market. Okay,
done, Pawan Garu. My only concern is like, see, ERP is the latest one, but we need to have some basics of SAP, right? I mean, like there are different
not
number of
really necessary,
modules.
Kedar. Not really
Okay,
necessary, Kedar Garu. I gave my
okay,
case my case. No. When I was working in a power plant where nobody knows what is SAP. Okay, that means I also will not know any ABCD of SAP. Then I entered into the SAP field. See, SAP is see. I think you got some picture. What is this SAP Extended Warehouse Management? Don't think your SAP is something big shot. Okay, we are here to design the warehousing processes in some kind of ERP solution, okay, which is offered by SAP. That's it. Okay.
done. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions
Thank you,
from any
Pawan
other
Garu.
participant? Yeah. Thanks for that. No problem. Does any other participant have any questions, or is it fine to wrap up this demo? Okay. Then I will take this silence as no questions from anybody. Okay. So thanks everyone for joining this demo session. So I hope whatever content I had delivered gave some idea what this product all about. Okay, right. Thanks for joining, and good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Good night.